is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news and intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversations. 96.9 FM. The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of the management and staff of Guardian Radio.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty, only on Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
Yike! Miss Carrico Brincom, you want to lose your tongue. You chatty cause of disturbance in the community. Yike! You blabber mouth. Watch your mouth. Yike!
Miss Carrico Brincom, my dear. Bring misery.
What a shame.
Talking Heads with Naughty is brought to you by Burger King, City of Hope, Fine Threads, John's Department Store, KFC, Muffalo World, Naughty Johnny's, Prince Masters, Sandcastle Bahamas, and Tropical Gyros.
It's time you stop doing those things. You old Jezebel.
Go to hell. Chew your chatty. Chew your carry. You make Crystal not talk to Shabba. Look at that. Even Prince Charles separate from Diana. Yike. Still even watching Cleavy. Damn. It's like can't even trust Robbie. People watching Rory. Chew your lava mouth. Yike. What a controversy.
This Carrico Brincom, my dear.
You've got it locked and loaded to the Thursday, June 26th edition of Talking Heads. Your boy Naughty and your company right up until 6 p.m. Low wet on the outside, so please proceed with caution and care. You know we got 1,000,001 potholes out there, so they're now full of water. People walking on the sidewalks. Please, man, just take your time. Can't splash up everybody on the sidewalk. Some people ain't gonna let you get a pass, you know what I mean? They grab something and bust out your window now, what you can say? So proceed with caution and care. You know, I know you got to get where you need to be. I know it's raining. Just slow down a little bit. You got pedestrians on the sidewalk, on the crosswalks. Can't splash everybody up. I mean, one of my homeboys said to me today, said, "Man, Naughty, they splashed me right up." This dude is like 6'6", 280, okay? And he don't like potholes, and he don't like to get splashed up. Y'all got a break today. Y'all know, I ain't gonna say which street now, but yeah, just take your time. Can't splash everybody up. People's patience gonna run out one day. Okay? But happy Thursday to everybody. Hope you're enjoying your week so far. Weekend right around the corner. We got lots to talk about. We're gonna open up the lines today. We got plenty to discuss. If you want to chime in, here's how.
Here's how you can become a talking head. Brought to you by BTC.
Text lines powered by BTC 422-GR96. That's 422-4796. Phone lines open in New Providence, 323-6232, 325-4259, 325-4316. Toll free in any one of the family islands, 242-300-5720, 242-300-5720. Stream us live, take us wherever you want to go, GuardianTalkRadio.com. That's GuardianTalkRadio.com. That's how you get it in, that's how you get it on for fresh new smart talk all day, right here on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Now, like I said, we got lots to talk about, and it starts with the headlines.
It's time for Headliners. Everything that's making headlines in the 242. Brought to you by the Fine Threads.
Here's what's blazing up the pages of the Nassau Guardian News and Views of Matter since 1844, all brought to you, of course, by Fine Threads. Be sure to check out both of those locations Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 a.m. Obviously, top of the hill, Mackey Street, the flagship store, and the Southwest Shopping Plaza. And for more info, just simply check them out online, finethreads.com. Check out all your merchandise online. In fact, you can even do your shopping online. All right? Yeah, man. Big up to the crew at Fine Threads. All right. Pintard questions BPL bills rebate. F&M leader says Bahamians will still have to foot the bill. Story by Travis Cartwright Carroll. Opposition leader Michael Pintard yesterday demanded the government provide answer over its planned Bahamas Power and Light rebate program. On Tuesday, the government announced that it intends to offer rebates in July to consumers to reduce their bills. In their typical pandering and knee-jerk way, the Davis administration ran to announce an energy rebate program in response to a barrage of complaints from BPL customers, some of whom saw their power bill double in just 1 month, Pintard said. I've seen no rebate. I've seen escalation, but I have not seen rebate. But I figure everybody gonna get a little piece. It just you got to wait your turn. My last name begins with a Z, so I probably gonna get in the last turn. But nonetheless, I'm waiting patiently for my chance to say, hey, I didn't see any increase. I was good. I'm strong. Government hopes to break ground on new Supreme Court soon, AG says. A story by Rachel Scott. Hanfield, no results from government's anti-corruption laws. A story by Tanika Thompson. Free National Movement F&M Senator Darren Hanfield yesterday said there have been no results from several highly touted pieces of anti-corruption and crime legislation passed by the Davis administration this term. Read more there. And out of business, story by Chester Robarts. Atlantis president, resort finalizing debt refinancing, no sale pending. All right, and that's just the front page. Read that and more in today's Guardian. So we got a lot and a lot to talk about. In addition to that, in other dailies today, I'm sure you saw the big headline. A regular contributor to this show from its inception, Roscoe Thompson, Mondays, Abaco report, bringing us candid, commentary from down there, letting us know exactly what's going on, and bringing us guests from Abaco. Big headline. He resigned his position as chairman in the Spring City Council. I had a conversation with Roscoe. And Roscoe told me exactly how he felt, what his statement was. He resigned because he could not support the announced candidate. And if he couldn't do that, he would step down as chairman, but that does not mean he does not continue to support the F&M party and its leader, Mr. Michael Pintard, end quote. And we will pick up the discussion with him on Monday when he's on the show. So everybody who's texted me with that, there you have it. Let's put that on the side for all 70 who couldn't wait. But at the end of the day, that's part of the conversation. The BPL situation is part of the conversation. Still no comments on the $7 million overage at beaches and parks. $24 million allocated budget, $31 million. Where did the $7 million go? Sometimes if we get answers, then it's a little more palatable. When it's just here, we're not talking about it. It comes off very flippant. And then you have to start looking at the pattern. It was don't talk about the moorings and the inappropriate conflict of interest kind of way that the contract was signed. We've halted that. Don't talk about it anymore. Months later, here we go. We propose new unit involving government resources, including in part of its portfolio, lay-in moorings. What's going on? I thought that project was halted. So now it's continuing in a roundabout different kind of way. So now it makes me wonder. The $183 million for roadworks in Grand Bahama that was paused. Obviously, if it follows the same trajectory as this, then, as the moorings, then here we go. That'll probably start up at some point. So it's either don't talk about it, don't ask us questions about it, we'll govern the way we see fit, according to the DPM. Don't ask no questions. So here we are. No Freedom of Information Act, no Procurement Act. How do we know? But yet you don't want people to jump to conclusions or get into conspiracy theories or go on false information, no, or the wrong narrative. No, we need to know. Why is this administration so anti, being asked questions? Isn't transparency and accountability part of that campaign platform that they got in on? Now it's like, don't ask no questions, nobody move, nobody get hurt. So, what's it gonna be? You know, I mean, just wait there in the dark until the roof fall in on top of us? Or ask questions? And still no answers on the Grand Ukiah. What's that, like 40 some days and counting now? Why can't nothing? And people continue to sit there and cry, well, no, let it work out. Just give it a chance. We need to know something. Let me check the text lines. Good day, Naughty. I listened to a talk show today. That show host was hanging up on people because they were viewing their views differently from his view, which is wrong. All right, I don't know which show you're referring to. I didn't catch that one. I don't like nobody to tell me how to run my show, so I won't tell anybody how to run their show. But obviously, you know, I'm of the opinion we could agree to disagree. We don't have to have the same opinion if you call in, just as long as we have a decent conversation. And we base it on the facts. We could agree to disagree, or we could find a way to agree if we have a good conversation. So, no, I mean, I think everybody's entitled to their own opinion when they chime in, once they do it respectfully. Good afternoon, Naughty. Just like the last election, if the PRP win the next election, Guardian Radio will have to find new talk show hosts. Howard Garth and Tia Nuri are singing for their supper. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Because I guess when their show on, you all this text the same thing in about me in some weird kind of way, right? No, man. Listen. Everybody got their spin on it. Everybody got their take on it. Everybody has their opinion on it. The Lord bless the dead. My great late grandpa Kim Thompson used to always tell me, man, Naughty, opinions just like belly buttons. Everybody got one. Nobody believes theirs got, stink. I'm not going to apply to any other orifice you want to apply it to. But I'm just saying, to each his own. I think if we had more, conversations, even if they ended up, do we agree to disagree or find common ground, we'd be better off. There's too many closed, argumentative, oh, you don't agree with me, you're this, you're that. No, man, we can agree to disagree. That don't make your thought or opinion wrong. That doesn't make my, thoughts or opinion wrong. Naughty, the new glass is back in the... My God. Send me a picture. New glass back in the Grand Lucine. Oh, Lord. But I thought that was demolished. Naughty, what about nobody move, but everybody still get hurt? I just tell Mr. Producer, draw up yellow mind, nobody move, nobody get hurt. Boy, great minds think alike. Hey, there. Well, that's 52. Yeah, of course, man. Yeah, great minds think alike, 52. You know how we roll. Everybody still get hurt from these wearing this present party's colors, the yellow shirt carrying the country down to the dirt. I guess it's hopium for some now, 52. And for others, it's a screaming reality check. Like, hey, where are we going? We got to pump brakes on a lot of things. We got to look at things differently. We got to approach things differently. I mean, in addition to the moorings, we don't want to lose the yachting industry in this country and the cruise industry in this country and the stopover, cruising and fishing permits that we sell. We got to still make it palatable for the yachts to come. We're losing that whole entire industry. But yet this administration brags on tourism and the blue economy and indirectly the orange economy. No. How so? If you taxing us out of the market, and then you want to remove VAT but still make them pay 14%, that's still ludicrous. If the yachting industry is screaming out, look, we're going further down in the Caribbean, not that we want to, for lack of a better way to put it, that until y'all catch sense, Bahamas, we got to come down here because we can't afford it. Make it palatable for us again, and we will come back in droves. And you won't have Bahamian captains having to go all the way down in the Caribbean and spend months down there to earn a living when they used to be able to do it here and drive home and be with their family every night. Not to mention the surplus businesses that survive off of that industry. Food and beverage, grocery delivery, fuel, maintenance, all of that and more. And all within that little community. And it's not a little one, because when it's done right, is the biggest in the region. We offer so much with our archipelago. So many different ways to sail, so many different ways to cruise, so many different ways to fish. We can't have people just rushing to directly, potentially monopolize a market because they've driven it to the knees, run everybody out, and now they try to rebuild it under their terms. So we got to find out what's going on with the moorings and the yachting industry and the cruising permits and how much money we're really losing or we stand to gain if we do it right. But again, we have to have the conversations. This administration just can't say, here, this is what we're going to do, and that's that. Take it. No. Please make it make sense. Anyway, we got to get to the first break. So yeah, for all y'all red hot, yeah, nobody move, nobody get hurt. That's basically what it is right now. Don't ask no questions. Won't be no problems. Don't ask nothing, don't watch nothing, don't see nothing. Don't watch nothing, won't be nothing. You saw, but you didn't saw. You know, that kind of vibe. Nobody move, nobody get hurt. And yeah, nobody move, nobody get hurt. We'll be right back after the break. The Thursday, June 26th edition of Talking Heads continues right after this. Yellow Man, take me to the break.
I searching if you have any erratic. He said, what is your number? I didn't answer. What is your number? I still don't answer. What is your number, boy? I really don't answer. In crank up him chopper. Me mama, then me started to answer. Guess what I say? 64, 46, BMW. What? 64, 46, BMW. Lord, he said, give it to me one time. Give it to me 2 times. Give it to me 3 times. Lord, it name. Nobody move, nobody get hurt. Nobody move, nobody get hurt.
For fast, reliable, and impactful printing services, look no further. Let Printmasters bring your masterpiece to life. We stand by our quality products that is second to none. Our affordable pricing and friendly, efficient staff makes Printmasters the ultimate choice for all your printing needs. We can deliver any type of printing services, from banners to booklets to business cards. You name it, we can print it.
Let Printmasters bring your masterpiece to life.
Located in the Nassau Guardian Building, telephone 302-2361.
Crunch your hunger cravings and satisfy the whole family with KFC bucket meals starting at just $20. Get freshly prepared golden fried chicken, buttery biscuits, and add your favorite large sides for flavor that will make your mouth happy and your feet dance. Order online or WhatsApp hi to 557-3663 to grab your KFC bucket today. Big flavor, bigger value, and always KFC. Finger licking good.
Going through tires faster than a hot knife through butter. One wheel going left, one wheel going right. While the car crying and trying to go down the road straight, Chief, you need to go into Muffler World and get your wheels aligned. Muffler World will set you on the straight and narrow in no time with computerized wheel alignment. And since the car is up already on the rack, take them one tread tires off and get some new ones. Muffler World on Mackey Street got that computerized wheel alignment and brand new tires.
We're still here. Since 1941, the Armory Company has been your trusted partner and one-stop solution for all your business and technology needs. From printers to copy or leasing, point of sale to cloud video surveillance, and access control to ATMs, we've got it all. And we ship to all family islands. Call our dedicated customer service team now at 397-1600 or visit us behind Wendy's on Mackey Street and experience excellence that stands the test of time. The Armory Company. Your success is our business.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty. Only on Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
It's time for The Buzz. What are you buzzing on? Brought to you by John's Shoes.
Nobody move, nobody get hurt. Nobody move, nobody get hurt. Not the Donian cattle, not the Donian dirt. He come from the planet of Earth. He come from the planet of Earth. Say granny in a kitchen, I cook rice and chicken. The dread out a door, I cook a soup. No trouble granny, granny never trouble you. Not to cook up in my stew. He aim, nobody move, nobody get hurt. Nobody move, nobody get hurt. The youth them a dress up in a white collar shirt, and some of them wear it till it resemble dirt. He said he want me to join the army. I ain't gonna do it, officer. No way, I ain't gonna do it. Turn out your left pocket. I'm searching for a comb automatic. I'm searching if you have any ratchet. He said, what is your number?
Sing it in the car right now before I get the back end. Sing it in the car, everybody, right now. Here we go. Let it happen.
Boy, I really don't answer. In crank up me chopper. Me mama, let me start it to answer.
Let him know. 64.
46 BMW. Why what? 64. 46. That a BMW. Lord. He said, give it to me one time.
All right, Mr. Producer. You're letting a flinging record all day today. It is the Thursday, June 26th, edition of Talking Heads. We're back at you, Naughty and your company, right up until 6 p.m. Don't forget, KFC's got those cheesy loaded fries, brand new to the menu, upgrade for only $3. Get them to go along with their brand new Doritos Kentucky Chicken Sandwich. That is off the chain, all right? And, you know, if you want some burgers, then don't forget it's all about Burger King. Yep, get the King Crunch combo going on. Get the Burger King Crunch, beef or chicken, available for you at your favorite Burger King Nassau location, all right? So figure out a way, you know, to make them part of your day. All right, we're into the buzz, brought to you, of course, by John's Shoes. Be sure to check John's out, both locations, John's Plaza, Carmichael, and the flagship store over there on Rosetta. Both of those locations available for you 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Saturday. Be sure to check them out, and I keep hearing rumors of a new location coming. I can keep you posted on that as well, too. All right? All right. Now, let's jump back to the text lines. And hit me up and let me know what you're buzzing on. Text lines powered by BTC, 422-GR96. That's 422-4796. Phone lines are open. 323-6232, 325-4259, 325-4316 here in New Providence. Toll free in any one of the family islands, 242-300-5720. Back to the text lines we go. Naughty. Why are people bashing on the opposition, but they don't see anything wrong with this current government? The PM is talking to civil servants not doing their jobs, not the ministers. But I could guarantee he won't touch any one of them, even if they teefing or allegedly teefing. It's too close to elections. He's talking crap. How do y'all really feel on this Thursday? Y'all really fired up. Now, let me get this one, but it's a long one. Naughty, not to sidetrack your show, a concern. Motor Dealers Association, according to regular in 2015, not to issue license certificate for what they call rec import from the USA, which are 1,000 times better value than Japanese imports. Furthermore, those so-called recs has the same degree of repairs that are being done here for the insurance companies. But here is a problem for motorists. Paid for a part from a dealer from September last year, and it's still not in the country. Now these vehicles are not U.S. compatible, and the vehicle is a 2024. Don't you think the government should have them import 3 sets of every replacement part for each vehicle they import? The vehicle did not pass inspection in January. We're already 6 months into the year. Talk to the motorist about this, please. Wow. Now, I need a little more details. Text if you want to text me back. Let me know what exact kind of vehicle you're talking about, so on and so forth, so I get a better idea. But I do understand that, you know, parts should be available for you. I understand sometimes you do have to wait if the part isn't available, depending on where they're sourcing it from. And if you want a factory part and you're under a warranty, then you expect a factory part. Then sometimes you got to play the waiting game. That's just how it is. We live on an island. We have to deal with shipping constraints. Let's get to the phone lines real quick. Talking Heads.
Good day, Naughty.
Good afternoon. How are you?
Fine, you?
Turn your radio down for me a little bit, please. All right, what you got for me?
The finance doesn't know what's the minimum and accountability mean.
All right, you're really...
Probably that's not part of his government. You can see that day in and day out. That's not part of them. Another thing, too, the Chinese are too quiet on a lot of things. They need to get up and protest a lot of these foolishness going on. Even under the FNM, they normally, some of them they do the same thing too, but nobody, like they're scared. They're just pushing down everything on people's shoulders and nobody saying nothing. We must be loved, right?
Yeah, I guess through right company, I mean, more things change, the more they stay the same. Appreciate the call, caller. Next time, just turn your radio down just a little bit. Talking Heads.
Hey, how you doing?
All right, what's happening?
No, I just wanted to chime in on the person that texts about those European vehicles.
All right.
Yeah, I kind of agree with him. Like these other vehicles, like I understand that they're European, but they don't have they're not compatible with American parts.
Yeah, I mean, and it's not just European. If you got European and you got Japanese vehicles, then obviously sometimes the parts aren't compatible and you do have to wait.
Yeah, but the wait is so long. It's like for most every part you need, you have to wait.
Yep, I felt that pain before, my brother.
But I guess it's a learning curve. Yeah, but see, buy American.
I guess so. I mean, or something that you could get, aftermarket that's compatible. But I mean, like you say, in some cases you can't because of the vehicles and where they come from.
Man, most of these auto shows now, they're giving you new vehicles. So it's like you have to get one of them. But most of them are European.
Maybe start looking to go electric,
All right.
You might save, you might save in the long run, less parts. Especially if you got one that goes on solar, man. You got a sunny day, you good to go. If it's raining, you can't go nowhere. All right, caller, be safe. All right, let's go. All right, let's get to another text. Naughty, with the narrative of ask no questions, is it ideal? Nothing more or less. This is slowly emerging into a pathetic prison planet. Meanwhile, big grown men sit in the house of disassembly, beating their hands on the desk, afraid to disagree with their master for fear of no crumbs dropping from their table to their table. So they follow any fable, even if it's total BS. How do you really feel, Dexter? The PM talking to civil servants not doing their jobs, and not to the ministers, is wrong. I agree with the previous texters. I mean, that's the sentiment with a lot of people. I mean, sometimes the blame isn't laid where it should be. And I don't know why people are afraid to lay the blame where it should be. But for some reason, we're afraid to call wrong where wrong is. And we've been built up on this, established how we turn a blind eye to stuff because we don't want to lose a contract here, or we don't want to lose political favor here, or what is it? At some point, when are we as Bahamians going to get fired up enough to throw political colors to the side and say we need and we want and we deserve better? That needs to be collective. And you could still remain party affiliated when they come knocking on your door. Whichever party you're going to vote for, ask them the tough questions. Let them know it's a new way of doing things. There's a new sheriff in town. Remind them, regardless who you vote for or who you're aligned with, that you work for us. And if you get in, you'll be working for us. Don't forget about us. You need to deal with us and handle our business. What you do while you're in is not a favor to us. It is what you do while managing our assets and the country's money. And how do you flip it to benefit Bahamians in the process? And do you change the legislation and the loopholes that exist, especially when it comes to keeping things Bahamians for Bahamians? Far too many foreign entities coming in and controlling Bahamian interests and displacing Bahamians in the process. No bueno. And you have to be, looking at it for what it is. Not through yellow spectacles or red spectacles or COI colors is black, right? So darkers in the case of the COI. It's just like, All right, this is another long one, but you're all fired up today. Naughty, I am disappointed in our present PM. He has it all wrong. His ministers, some of his ministers should be fired. As a civil servant, I have never seen so much butt-kissing in my life. Yes, minister corruption, intimidation, straight-up favoritism and victimization, alleged teething, and it's all under the same PLP administration. They need to be sent home. But hey, if you or I, were allegedly brought up on all of those kind of, allegations and at a job, we'd probably be sent home too. But again, we have the power to do it. Change the landscape. Let them know that my vote counts and you need to do what you need to do or you will be gone. We don't have time for all of the rest of that. It's 2025 and beyond. We need to change that landscape. Will we ever get to debates between the leaders? Will the citizenry who vote be allowed to select the leaders rather than the parties make the selection? We need to still, remind all of these politicos, all of these parties, that the focus needs to be on us who vote for you. You work for us. Since you are forgotten it, let us remind you first and foremost, works for us. So do the job for us. We need to benefit on it. And get creative. Taxing the living daylights out of people is not the way to do it. And I remember, Winston Churchill, if you think you could get the country out of problems by taxes and raising more taxes, it's not going to happen. It's like putting yourself in a bucket and trying to lift yourself up. It's not going to work. You know what I think, though? I look back to a quote from the PM in 2019 and the irony of it all. From 2019, February 1st, 2019. Callers, I see you. I get to you in a sec. Davis, quote, only lazy minds raise taxes to increase revenue. Oh, the irony. Oh, the hypocrisy. Oh, Lord. And that explains maybe some of the decisions. Maybe the PM's mind has become lazy. Because all they're doing is taxing the living daylights out of us. Maybe his whole administration has become lazy-minded. Let's get to the phone lines. Talking heads.
Naughty. C. Alan Johnson, how you doing?
Hey, C. Alan, what's going on?
That's much. Speaking on that thing where you're talking about taxes, guess what happens tonight?
What happens tonight?
The economic revolution begins. That's where you grow the economy so you could tax less and earn a bit more. It's a simple solution. Grow the economy. So let's say you take in 10% off a $10 billion economy. So what's 6% off a $16 billion economy? See? It's just grow the economy. But guess what? There's more. You're going to have smart homes, smart businesses, smart communities, smart cities, smart islands, and smart country. Because we're going to go into the 21st century, which the second quarter of the 21st century, which begins January 1st of 2026, with an administration that is knowledgeable, competent, and knows what building vision. Let me repeat. Leaders don't build vision. Leaders define it. It then assembles a team of competent and able individuals to do it. You saw it in Microsoft. You saw it in Apple. You saw it in all of the major Fortune 500 companies. And that's what it takes. Making sure that you have access to the competent individuals that, and this goes way beyond even if the FNM wins all 39 seats, or I should say when they win all 39 seats, it goes beyond that. It goes beyond because it doesn't take the 39, it takes the collective intelligence of all of us. But let me show you what the 21st century brings in regards to transparency, accountability, integrity, anti-corruption, and freedom of information. Imagine a government from the movement going forward as we begin to build the capacity to give you what has happened in the past that allows you, when you're making an inquiry to government, from a technological standpoint, that you can track the progress of your inquiry, your application, whatever, in real time, where you have access to information, not because you have to request it, because it's just available. In essence, basically, almost everything becomes available for you, except for small sections of cabinet decision that may be delayed as they decide which will be available to the public for integrity or not. That's what is called 21st century, what is called 21st century government. But how do you build the economy? We talk about all these things, and I'm talking about the things that the previous administrations promised us. FinTech, RegTech, SoupTech, HealthTech, all these, beautiful, beautiful words. Digital economy, knowledge economy, green economy, orange economy, all these things. If you assemble a competent team that understands this, just imagine just putting 1,000 individuals into these jobs of these sub-30 different economies they need, and each one of them just earned $50,000 without leaving the Bahamas. You're already putting $50 million into the economy. But I'm just using that as a small example, because say you just put 25 in the digital, 25 in the conceptual, 25 in the knowledge, 25 in the aquamarine, 25 in the blue, 25 in the orange, 25 in the knowledge. So when you add them all up, you at 1,500. But I'm just saying, beginning at 1,000, that people can do their own multiples. And all of it is not telling you prepare yourself, but telling the people the hows. But most importantly, is understanding the legislation, policies, programs, procedures, and processes that's needed. Because we cannot depend on government to bill us. What we have to do is depend on government to prepare for us to bill ourselves, making sure that we have the tools, making sure we have access to the capital, and all of these different things. And hopefully, beginning tonight, we will begin to move about the failures of our current and the reference to saying, well, the other guy did it, and the other guy did it, and the other guy did it, to here's how we will do it. Chess, what they say, and then we want you to trust but verify. So tonight begins to change in the Bahamas, and I say to people, get away from this, especially with the third parties. Well, I ain't going to be as bad as the other two people. Tell us how good you're going to be and how you're going to do it. Because beginning tonight and tomorrow, that's where the conversation needs to go. And individuals like me and others, as part of the collective intelligence of the Bahamas, is going to make sure that we have the conversation if given the opportunity.
All right, Ziana, good stuff. Appreciate it, man, as always. Let's get back to the text line. Good points. And let's see where it goes. Hey, Naughty, I think asking the government to solve the car parts issue is counterproductive, in my opinion. This is a private enterprise issue that happens in capitalist countries that businesses should be made to resolve. And the solution is simple. If consumers or Bahamians do proper research and make their purchases based on the level of service they can expect after the purchase, that would force car dealers to fix whatever issue is causing the delay if they want their inventory to move. Good points. Naughty, we do need debates. I agree. Between the PM and Pintard, that would be awesome. Someone will stutter a lot. Yes, Mr. Naughty, the PM needs to discipline the whole House of Assembly first, then the civil servants will fall in line. Naughty, I'll give you more details on the vehicle tomorrow. I hope your listening audience is prepared to participate on the issue because those are lazy reasons. Shipping is no excuse. All right. But like I say, I get your point. Shipping is no excuse, but we for years we've had to deal with shipping. From when we were small. It's not just now. So you gotta realize this part of what makes us like, yes, I understand it's frustrating. You shouldn't have to wait 10, 15 weeks for a part. I get that. But there needs to be a happy medium. And we need to figure it out. Because at the end of the day, you don't want to wait weeks for what I call, a small itty-bitty part. I get it with bigger parts, but with the little parts, they should be able to be shipped and get here a lot faster than 8, 9 weeks or 10 weeks. that's still, more for us to talk about. And like I said, again, getting more text. It's really appalling at this point that we've had nothing on the ground. And I see a text, and 2 or 3 saying the same thing. I think we're beyond the why now. We get the why. They don't want to be questioned on it. Maybe things ain't things with that. Maybe the math ain't mathing. Until it does, they can't talk. But we got to see where it goes. Now, do you figure out the math on the glass window bridge yet? I know that we've had some very learned contractors, several of them, say for that kind of project, no more than $10 to $12 million. And I mean very learned and successful local contractors. No more than 10 to 12 million for that project. Mr. Sweeten gets in office in 2021. At that time, it's quoted as 60 million. In 2025, it's now quoted as 86 million, VAT included. But nothing's been done. The glass window bridge remains to be repaired, and the cost to fix it is ballooned to $86 million, VAT included. And how long is that stretch right there on the glass window bridge? You know how much other roads could pay for $86 million? Or for 76 and keep the 10 for the glass window bridge? Then everybody got, back in the game. Man. But I still need a proper breakdown, Mr. Sweeten. Don't just tell me, inflation, costs going up, and we don't need to spend $86 million on that. And you can still get it fixed for less. Nor do you ask yourself, who were the last set of people singing for their supper on radio, and look where they are now? I don't really, I just look forward. I have my blinders on. I just do me. Once me and MJ got each other, I'm good. I don't worry about the rest of the market. They can do what they need to do. I just try to call it how I see it. So there you go. And obviously, you'll have some denied oxygen in the womb, political fanatics, because I don't sing their tune, or I keep it real and call their party of choice out on shortcomings, or maybe why they aren't taken seriously in their fledgling stage, because they lack substance. Yeah. I get it. Some of you might get ruffled feathers. But it is what it is. To each his own. Naughty, this government needs that $80 million. They could get it from the roads in Freeport because their cover was blown, so they have to... Yeah, I tell you, it's like a soap opera. And like I said, for some of you all who are in your feelings, if the show too smart for you, then dumb yourself down and tune in and spare. We won't miss you. Anyway, give him some Capleton as we get to the break, Mr. Producer. And we got Cuban Willie's numerology report coming up, brought to you, of course, by the Island Game. Then we get into the news, and in the 5 o'clock hour, we'll be talking sports. Got some local guests from the Lucayans basketball program. We'll have a great conversation with them. And, of course, we'll be talking VJ Edgecombe. And we'll probably, we'll have a very solid Final 15 as well. Pearlie will be joining us, so keep it right where you got it. The Thursday, June 26th edition of Talking Heads continues right after this.
Them don't condemn, I be a dead man, them don't like me, and me don't like them. Tell them say me nah keep no funny man friend. Tell them say me nah keep no your mother friend. Now go stoop low, me chat the raggy road them. That fire, yeah. He tread upon them nickname. Who them a coulda what that them a try. Them this king say I say what you all of them die, yeah. Who them a me go see them with them spell. Them this say man me well and them so down the hell, yeah. Who them a coulda, who them want cause. Them this Marcus I know them all right.
All I do is win, no matter what.
Feeling lucky? Here's Cuban Willie's numerology report. Brought to you by the Island Game.
Buenos días. Soy yo, Cuban Willie. It's Thursday. It's time for your four ball, your cuatro pelotas, brought to you, of course, by the Island Game. And today, your lucky four ball is the 7, 6, 8, 1, 76, 81. Play it and win in the Island Game. Stay winning, my friends.
John Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. You will find what you're looking for among the growing collection of classic and trendy styles with new arrivals every week. John's covers the whole family and has great prices, helpful and friendly customer service. Your experience shopping with us will be time well spent. Shop with us online at www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliances. So come on into John's, located on Rosetta Street in Palmdale and Carmichael Road West. John's, we put fashion at your feet.
Hear that? That's not just a crunch. It's the sound of flavor turning up. Introducing the Doritos Kentucky Chicken Sandwich, a delicious combination of KFC's juicy original recipe extra large filet, stacked with real Doritos nacho cheese chips for a loud, cheesy crunch in every bite. It's bold, it's crunchy, and it's only $8.95. Everyone's chasing the crunch. Don't be the one who missed it. KFC and Doritos, a crunch that's finger-licking good.
Sign up now for the Michael Scootery Peace on the Streets Basketball Classic. This is our 30th year, and we are doing it big. Sign up for 13 and under Tropical Gyro, 16 and under the Myers Group, Sun Oil, 20 and under in the Church Group, We Buy, You Sell, the Design Group in the Open Division, and for the first time, the Jamaica Bahamas Corporate Division. Competition begins July 14th to the 20th at the Hope Center. And then Kendall Isaacs. That's the Michael Scootery Peace on the Streets Basketball Classic, where we shoot hoops instead of guns.
Cancer Treatment Centers of America is now City of Hope, creating one of the leading cancer care and research networks from coast to coast, providing more of what you need. More locations means more care closer to home. More specialists means more expertise. More research means more breakthroughs. More advancements means more treatment options. And more options means more hope. Learn more at cancercenter.com.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty. Only on Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
Talking Heads with Naughty is brought to you by Burger King, City of Hope, Fine Threads, John's Department Store, KFC, Muffler World, Naughty Johnny's, Prince Masters, Sandcastle Bahamas, and Tropical Gyros.
It's time you stop doing those things. You old Jezebel.
Go to hell. Chew your chatty, chew your carry. You make crystal, now talk to Shabba. Look at that, even Prince Charles separate from Diana. Yeah, still even watching Cleavy. Damn, it's like Eddie Robbie. People watching Rory. Chew your lava mouth. Yeah, what a controversy.
This carry no bring.
We're back at you right here on Talking Heads, the Thursday, June 26th edition of Talking Heads. We're into the 5 o'clock hour. We're talking sports. And normally we'll get into the sports, the international stuff, but we do have guests from time to time in the 5 o'clock hour. And today it's my pleasure to have Coach Ricardo Lees from the Lucayans basketball program. We're going to talk about that program. Summer's coming up, all right? So if you want your kids involved, especially, improving their skills with basketball, The Lucans doing big things. They got a big tournament coming up this weekend, June 27th through the 29th over there at the Anatole Rogers Gymnasium. They got the 11U, 13U, 15U, 17U, and 19U divisions. All right, it's the Rumble in the Jungle, the Monster Edition. All right, it's $150 a team. All right, they got girls and boys. And then they got the one-on-one tournament as well. And I get to break up my Rucker Park skills for that, you know what I mean? So I'm going to have some fun doing that on Sunday over there at Anatole Rogers. But Coach Lee, it's good to see you, man. I've always told you we need to talk about your program on air because I think you do a great job not only promoting the game of basketball in the country, but obviously getting a lot of young men and young women off to school in the States and in Canada as well through basketball and your program. So welcome to the show. It's long overdue. Good to see you.
Good to be here.
And first and foremost, let us know a little more about the tournament this weekend over there at Anatole Rogers, and then we'll talk more about the program.
Okay, the tournament that we have is Rumble in Jungle. We started during COVID. And when we started Rumble in Jungle, Coach Butler and I, we wanted to start a tournament just to help young guys and young girls just play the game of basketball. And so this tournament that we have coming up is called the Monster Edition. And the Monster Edition is just geared towards just helping young men and young guys, young men and young ladies just basically focus on basketball, compete, and just have a good time.
What I see is Monster, you got a ton of divisions, man. You got 11U, 13U.
Yeah, we got a lot of monsters.
Yeah, you got 14U, or 15U?
Yes, sir.
And then 17U and 19U, so a lot to go around.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, all right, and that's over there at the Anatole Rogers Gym, and it's 150 a team, correct?
Yes, sir, 150 a team.
Now, how long has your program been in existence, the Lucans?
Since 2017.
All right, so that's about an 8-year run right now. It's been 2025.
Yes, sir.
Going on
yes,
8
sir.
years.
Yes, going on 8 years.
So let us know about some of the schools that your program has placed kids in.
Okay, our program, we partner with Subiaco Academy. We partner with Florida Prep, EF Academy. We have a partnership with Life Prep, Southeastern Prep. We also have a partnership with, missing a school? Zephyr Hills as well.
As well.
Yes,
and
sir.
then, like I said, and it allows kids through your program to get placed in these schools, correct?
Scholarships. They go to these
Scholarships,
schools,
and then
yes,
it
sir.
obviously allows that opens the portal for them now with those scholarships. Take that opportunity and then get scholarships to the next level, obviously collegiate ball.
Yes, sir. So Andika Curtis, who we have here, she got a full ride scholarship to Southeastern Prep.
All right.
Yes, sir.
And are you going to Southeastern Prep already, or
She's about to go in
You're
September.
about to go in September.
Yes, sir.
So come, let me know what's going on with you, man. Don't be scared of the mic. You gotta get used to this, man. All right? I see the WNBA in your future. You gotta get used to this. So first and foremost, let everybody know who you are.
I'm Tika Curtis.
Okay, you gotta stop spinning. You ain't playing defense right now. You gotta stand still, like hold the defensive drill. Like how they get you on the wall. You love basketball. All right, right there. So what's your name? And let us know what school you attended here in New Providence.
My name is Antika Curtis, and I attend Kingsway Academy.
Okay, and you're looking forward to going off to Southeastern Prep.
Yes, sir, I'm very excited and very thankful for the scholarship and everything that's coming forward to me.
And where's it located?
Orlando.
So that's not far from home.
No,
So when you get homesick, you got one Bahamas Air flight on Tuesday and Saturday. You'll be good to go. And obviously you're going to play basketball, correct?
Yes, sir.
What position you play?
Point guard.
All right. Who's some of the players that have influenced you, as you along your basketball journey?
Not all of them are point guards, but I'd say probably Paige Beckers, Kelsey Plum, Sabrina. Yeah.
You called some good names. You didn't call my girl Juju Watkins, but that's okay. We can wait for Juju. Juju coming and got something for you all. So I wish you the best, man. And Coach, keep us posted because we like to feature, Bahamian athletes doing that thing. So now we know we got you at Southeastern Prep. We're going to keep an eye out for you and do big things. And obviously you got some other players here as well too, correct?
Yes, sir. We have one of the best point guards on the island. He not graduated from St. Augustine's, but he went.
See, Pearlie ain't here.
All right. Yes,
So
sir.
we don't call that school
Oh, we don't
name.
call that
No,
school.
on Thursday you call that school
Okay.
name. Pearlie, me, not so much. No bueno, but I understand.
We have Lee Miller here. He not graduated. He attended SAC, but he goes to Subiaco Academy. We also have Vernon Stubbs. He went to Galilean Prep.
Okay, so let us know about Subiaco, man. And where's it located? Because I seen him in there. All right, Subiaco, let us know what that is.
It's in Arkansas.
Arkansas.
Yes, sir.
All right, so how's it going for you in Arkansas?
It's going good. It's really good.
You probably got some good barbecue in Arkansas.
Yeah, really good.
Really good. All right,
Yes,
so
sir.
you're enjoying it. And so obviously it's a preparatory academy, or is it actually a college?
Boarding school.
Boarding school.
Yes,
sir.
So you got in the office so far to continue your education on the next level?
Not like committed offers, but like interest from different coaches.
Interest, yeah. So from what schools?
Arkansas Tech University and UCA.
Yeah, that's not bad. And what do you plan on taking in college?
Accounting.
There you go. We need some good accountants in this country who could tell us what's going on with our money. I like it. And see, point guard's got that mentality to do that, you see? They can stick to the books and run the play. That's how it could be. And you just grab the mic right there, let us know again who you are and where you go to school.
My name is Ryan Stubbs, and I attend Lindsey Wilson College.
All right, and where's that?
In Kentucky.
Kentucky. My comedy travels have taken me to Kentucky, man. What part of Kentucky?
Columbia, Kentucky.
All right, I've been to Lexington, Prestonsburg, Paducah.
Yeah, it's like 2
I've
hours
been to
away
Bowling
from
Green, Kentucky, the only place they make the Corvette in the United States. See that? Yeah, so you get around here. I know they got good food in Kentucky, boy. Good barbecue in Kentucky for sure.
Yes, sir.
All right, so how did it go for you so far? Did you play this past season?
Oh, yes, sir.
And how did y'all do?
We did okay. We didn't make it to state, but we made it far enough. Like, cause we're a new team, so we made it far enough. It was good.
So it was good playing in Arkansas.
Oh, Kentucky.
Kentucky and Arkansas for both of you. I mean, when you think two places that you don't jump off the map to say right away Bahamian's going to play, it's like Arkansas and Kentucky.
Yes, sir.
All right, but obviously it's opening opportunities for you guys to continue your education, and obviously it's all been part of the Lucains program, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, so Coach, what's going on over here, man? This other big coach.
The other half of Lucains and coach of the lady Lucains. I help over the boys, but I mainly coach the girls.
All right, so how's the girls program looking? Because obviously now, if you look where it's going, I mean, basketball has ascended, on the female side as well, and with the rise of the WNBA and the Caitlin Clark hysteria, now we're seeing more spotlight on female and women's basketball. So where's the program at there? I mean, how are we looking, with our girls?
It's looking good. I mean, I will say that girls basketball in the country is taking like a downward plunge, kind of. Like, in this tournament, we usually have like 6-7 girls teams easily. Now it's like only 4, and that's happening in a lot of tournaments. Like, we need to promote and get more girls playing basketball.
So how could we do that? Can we do it with clinics or more tournaments or other leagues? I mean, what's really going on? I mean, because when I look at it, thank God for you guys running the program and other, couple other programs that are being run. I know Noble does something. I know Maniality does some things, but obviously we lost that whole mini program. When we were growing up, I mean, there was mini, there was super mini, there was junior, and you could get out there and play, and you'd have teams loaded in each division from all over the island, and you used to look forward to that. And summer, okay, we're going to play in the tournament, we're going to play in the league. Now, you don't even have those kind of programs. You got programs like you guys, bridging the gap, but we need to get back to like all the basics. We need to get basketball in their hand at 6 and at 8 and at 10 and at 12 and let them develop the game so we have more VJ edge.
I agree. That's a good point. Like you said, in the summer we'd have some league. I know I participated in the AFI league, and we need stuff like that again. I guess we need to get more programs like coming together and just playing, just letting the kids play.
I mean, and basketball is one of the easiest things, man. All you really need is some sneakers and a ball, and you're good to go. You could run it up and down all day. So how can folks interested in the program get involved, Coach Lees, with the Lucains?
You can check us out on Instagram, Facebook. You can message Coach Butler, myself, and just reach out. And our club secretary, one of our club secretaries will reach out, give you the information and all that stuff. But we're mainly on Instagram and Facebook.
All right, so Instagram and Facebook, and it's Lucains, correct?
Yes, sir. Lucains.
And like I said, where do you see, what do you think we need to do to continue, promoting the game of basketball at the younger levels? Like what we're trying to do here, what you guys are trying to do with your tournament, obviously, and me mentioning like kind of bringing back those kind of programs, the mini and the super mini. I mean, where are we at? What do we have to do? What are some of the other things we have to do in relation to getting these kids off to school? Because the game has changed.
Yes, sir.
And if we're neglecting that portion of it, they're already starting at a disadvantage, being prepared physically in the sense of playing a lot of games, having a lot of workouts, having time to be with coaches and practice. So they're used to that mentally, because obviously it's a high level when you go to the States.
Yes, sir.
I bet your practice was a lot different in the States than it was over here, right?
Yes, sir.
I bet you they made y'all run for the first month before they let you shoot a layup, right? It just run.
Yeah, you're right.
See, it don't change. We all did it. We all went through it if you play ball in the States. And that's the difference. So you don't want that culture shock to happen. And then, of course, in the classroom, they need to be prepared. So what are some of the things that you've experienced getting these kids off that we need to make sure focus on?
I would say as a country, we have different organizations. So if the government is able to support and able to help different organizations, we have like IBA, New Providence Storm, we have Island Dreams, we have Carmichael Elite, we have all these other RAMPS, we have all these other organizations that can pour into our young people, because we have a group of young people that follow Lucayans. IBA, New Providence Storm, they have a group, and that's a lot of kids.
Right.
So not just one organization could cater to everybody, but if we have the main goal to promote and to help our young people and to really teach them the fundamentals, and not just to hoard them and keep them here, but to give them the exposure. Because our organization, we travel at least twice a year. We have an Easter trip and we have a summer trip that we take. And so we take about 60 to 70 young people away every year. We take them on college tours. Coach Butler, he has about 30 girls. I have about 60 guys. And like he said, it's really tough trying to get the girls to come on board. But we do our best, and we take them on the college tours. They have to complete a portfolio, their mission statement, their career essay, and they have to take that portfolio on the college tour. And so we don't just want to expose them to basketball, but we want them to be well-rounded in education.
Now, I saw some pictures that, and off your recent trip, you had some folks sign with schools, correct? Or got recruited by schools?
Yes, we had some guys that had some interest from Zephyr Hills. Yes, sir. We had like Emmett Smith. We had.
Hey, that's a great name right there, Emmett Smith.
Emmett Smith, yes, sir.
Listen, I don't know who your parents are, but that's great taste. Emmett Smith, man, the greatest running back in the history of the NFL, and this is a Cowboy show, you know. Like
Cowboys.
Yeah.
So no Miami Dolphins.
No, sir. I mean, with Purdy, yeah, you can talk Dolphins with Purdy, but not with me, Cowboys.
Okay. Yes,
no,
sir.
but I mean, like I said, that's good to know that they all, you know, that there's interest there, and that you're actually taking them to that level. So one, they can be showcased, because it's nothing like going in and playing in a nice gym and showing off and saying, you know, you come from playing outside. Let me go deal with you out in this nice gym. But at the same time, you got to be prepared, because as these guys could tell you, the classroom is very important over there as well. Correct?
Yes, sir.
You don't get the grades, you don't play. So obviously you got a core curriculum you got to deal with, and then obviously your coaches and your teachers go hand in hand and make sure that you guys are getting your grades, right?
Yes, sir.
So that's something that's all part of the process that you have to get used to. And I think that's another good thing which you're exposing these kids to and getting them prepared for ahead of time, because like I said, you don't want it to be a culture shock. You don't want them to get over there and then get overwhelmed with other things.
That's it. Like if you look at Andika Curtis right now, she has a 3.6 something. Lee, he has an award that he got in accountants, I think in Arkansas, like 3rd in the state. And so even when they go to these boarding schools, they do well. So the expectation for them is not just to perform on the basketball court, but to perform outside the basketball court, in the classroom, and in extracurricular activities and all that stuff.
And that's good. And I see that Lucans encourages, you know what I mean, not just the sports side of it, you know, the athletic side of it, but as well as the academic side of it, because that's important. Because whether you think it could be today, it could be tomorrow, but at some point you ain't gonna play ball no more. So you gotta have something to fall back on. You gotta have something to make a living on and take care of your family with.
Yes, sir.
So you know, I was glad that the opportunities that basketball provided me. It's great to see the opportunities basketball is providing you guys through the Lucayans and other programs we got here. But I think we need more focus. We need more spotlight on programs like yours. So when they do make budgets, they can put you guys in if there's a shortfall. Like, look, we want to do this. It normally costs us this much. We can raise this much as a group, but we need, you know, the government to step in with it. Those kind of stipends help. Those kind of things, you know, because sometimes if you say this is the entire budget, maybe they can't do it. But maybe part thereof can, so we can continue great programs like this. Let's go to the phone lines real quick. Talking Heads.
Hi, Noddy. How are you?
Good afternoon.
I rarely call talk shows anymore. And this is the second time I'm calling yours, but I had to call in because I heard Mr. Lee's, and he has one of my students there, Andika Curtis. This is Cherie Manning.
Okay.
So I just had to call and tell you all how Mr. Lee's does an excellent job with those Lucayans, his sporting group. Every year, he puts so much time and effort. Every day, he's on the court with them. And I am so proud of him and all the work that he does. He's also one of the best guidance counselors around. So he's like a father to those children. He's like a big brother. He does it all. And so I just wanted to, commend him for all that he does for them on and off the court. And to Andika Antika, I know you are going to be something great. She will be in the WNBA because she has the mentality, her mindset. She has one that she wants to soar. She wants to soar, and she always does her best in the class and on the court. So I look forward to great things from you. I just ask that you continue to soar academically, spiritually, and physically. So remember who you are and whose you are. So I am looking for great things from you, and I will be praying for you. And I commend Mr. Lees and Mr. Butler for their Lucayans because I know that they're going to be something great in this country for years to come.
Thank you.
So thank you, Naughty, for letting me.
No problem,
That's
man. Obviously, you guys have made quite the impression on your colleagues, and obviously, you know, that's one of your teachers, and you know, that's good things.
But now I find it to be so strange. Andika always ducking a glass. Like when I go up the hallway, Andika's be ducking Mark. He's ducking so
that's the math teacher.
That's the English teacher.
Oh no, I understand. You might not want to read some Shakespeare today. You might want to go through all that today.
But no, she's a good student though.
That's good stuff, man. But you know, when you hear your faculty call in and say, you know, how proud they are of you, obviously you're on the right track, so you can't let them down. You're not only just doing it for you and your parents, but now you're doing it for your school. Obviously, you got to take that, you know, off with you. And obviously, you know, you got a good support system. So when you come back home, give back, obviously, and have the younger girls, you know what you experience and what you're going through. So it makes it easier for them to make the transition. But I'm looking forward to seeing you guys this weekend over there at the Anatol Rogers Gym. It kicks off on the 27th, correct? Which is tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Tomorrow, yes, sir.
And it runs through on Sunday.
Yes,
all right,
sir.
so it's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And, pretty much all day on Saturday. That's when most of the games will come in, obviously.
Yes, sir. And then Monday we start our summer camp. That's the starting point.
And that's what I wanted to find more about before you go. How long does the camp run, so on and so forth, and how could kids sign up?
Okay, our camp starts from June 30th to July 11th. And again, they can sign up on Instagram, Facebook. They can message me, Miss Bain, or the other Miss Bain, and we can get the information to them.
All right, and obviously it'll be taken. And which gym will it be taken?
Right there at Anatol.
All right, so there you have it, and it runs from the 30th through the 11th, right? The 30th of June through the 11th of July. Get out there, get familiar with the program. That have the coaches out there. The kids will be going through all that, you know, basketball routine, conditioning, drills, so on and so forth, scrimmaging. So it's definitely something if you have a young basketball player, especially between the ages of 8 and 14.
Yes, sir.
That's where you want to have them this summer. Get them in there for those couple of weeks. Get the conditioning in, get the experiencing in, because obviously if that's the direction they want to go, the more acclimated you get them to the process, the better it is for them and for their process and for their journey. I want to thank all of you guys for stopping by. Glad to see you guys are doing so well. Next time I see from you guys, I need to hear more. I need to know that y'all going to college. Because you're all in your 12th grade this year, right?
He's in college.
You already in college.
I'm going into the 12th grade.
And you're going into the 12th grade. So keep me posted. What you doing? You going sophomore year next year?
Yes, sir.
All right. And you obviously figure it out where you want to go.
Yes, sir.
Keep doing well. You can't let us down now because everybody done call in about you. All right? And keep us posted all the time so we can keep the word out there and let us know when you're going off.
Yes, sir.
And the results, so on and so forth. And hopefully we can get more kids to join the program because we got a lot of kids that may not even known about these kind of programs from different schools, and now they do. And hopefully you guys can benefit from it because it is a great program that you're running, Coach Lee. So keep up the good work. And you got a platform here wherever you need it. Mi casa es tu casa. All right?
Appreciate it, yes, sir.
No problem, man. We'll take a quick break. Flip side of the break. We'll be back right here on the Thursday, June 26th edition of Talking Heads, which continues right after this.
Separate from Diana. Yeah, still even watching Clevie. Damn, it's like individuals Robbie. People watching Rory. Chew your lava mouth. Yeah, what a controversy.
This carry no bring come, my dear. Bring misery.
What a shame.
This carry no bring come, my dear. Bring misery.
Chew your blabber mouth. Yeah.
Me shall inherit the start. You old Jezebel.
Go to hell.
We need no light to see. You're making disturbances.
Crunch your hunger cravings and satisfy the whole family with KFC bucket meals starting at just $20. Get freshly prepared golden fried chicken, buttery biscuits, and add your favorite large sides for flavor that will make your mouth happy and your feet dance. Order online or WhatsApp hi to 557-3663 to grab your KFC bucket today. Big flavor, bigger value, and always KFC. Finger licking good.
John Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. You will find what you're looking for among the growing collection of classic and trendy styles with new arrivals every week. John's covers the whole family and has great prices, helpful and friendly customer service. Your experience shopping with us will be time well spent. Shop with us online at www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliances, so come on into John's, located on Rosetta Street in Palmdale and Carmichael Road West. John's, we put fashion at your feet.
Looking for tech solutions without the hassle? Since 1941, the Armory Company has been the Bahamas' trusted tech partner. From access control and cloud video surveillance to smart home setups and laptop repairs, we handle it all. Need a repair? We've got you covered, no matter where you bought it. Can't find what you need? Call us at 397-1600 for a custom solution. Visit us behind Wendy's on Mackey Street with delivery to all Family Islands. The Armory Company, where your tech problems meet their match.
Love the show? Want to give your support? Become a sponsor today. Call 302-2300 for our rates and packages. That's 302-2300. Become a sponsor on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty. Only on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM.
Yike! Miss Carrico Brinkham, you want to lose your tongue. You chatty cause a disturbance in the community. Yike! You blabber mouth. Watch your mouth. Yike!
Miss Carrico Brinkham, my dear, bring misery.
What a shame.
Miss Carrico Brinkham, my dear, bring misery.
To your blabber mouth.
You're going from home to home, making disturbances. It's time you stop doing those things. You old Jezebel.
Go to hell. To your chatty. To your carry. You make crystal, now talk to Shabba. Look at that. Even Prince Charles separate from Diana. Yeah, still even watching Cleavy. Damn, it's like individuals Robbie. People watching Rory. Chew your lava mouth. Yeah, what a controversy.
This carry no bring come, my dear. Bring misery.
What a shame.
This carry no bring come, my dear. Bring misery.
Chew your blabber mouth. Yeah.
Me shall inherit this dirt. You old Jezebel.
Well, we're back at you on the Thursday, June 26th edition of Talking Heads. And you know, I got to do this, man. I got to do this, man. I can't get mad. I got to do this, man. Only because MJ is your favorite talk show host, Mr. Johnson. I got you covered, man. All right, and this is the All Eleuthera Youth Summer Tennis Camp, ages 6 and over. It's the 25th annual Hardy Johnson Youth Summer Eleuthera Tennis Camp, 17th and 18th of July, 2025. It's a 2-day event. You definitely want to check it out. Knowles Tennis Court in Palmetto Point. And you know, that's where my grandpa was from, North Palmetto Point. So, yeah, I got to shout out my nephew down there in Eleuthera. Yeah. We got to get Zanderman out there. Got a tennis racket in his hand. Yeah, get him all fired up. That's my little nephew, boy. I love him to pieces. Love all my nephews and nieces to pieces. But, yeah, man, that one right there. He got the gift of gab. But definitely, Mr. Johnson, congratulations, man, on your 25th annual camp. And definitely, kids, if you want to play tennis, go out there, man, with Mr. Johnson down there in Eleuthera and make it happen. Enjoy it, man. Get out there and serve it up. Yeah. All right. So, like I said, we got VJ Edgecombe drafted last night. And listen, some of y'all being a little hard on VJ. Man, VJ didn't know what to say. Man, VJ was overcome with emotion. You heard what the young man said? For 7 years of my life, I did not have electricity. We lived on a generator. His mom said they never went hungry, but it's hard for her to make ends meet. So let them be overcome with emotion. Sometimes that's part of the moment. And that's more important than anything else. Just the moment. And look at it for what it was. In that moment, he might have been nervous, but when he did the other interviews and made the rounds doing it, he spoke very well and handled himself very well. I think Philadelphia has got a prize right there in the third pick. The fans of Philadelphia were absolutely ecstatic that they got VJ Edstrom. That was their guy. That's who they wanted. They didn't want Ace Bailey. They wanted VJ at number 3. They took VJ at number 3. I think VJ is plug and play. With his character, his high motor, his hard work ethic, his high work ethic as well, too. Puts in the work. And he's a monster on defense. Tenacious defender. Developing a nice three-point shot from the outside. He's got to continue to work. But he's going to be a great two-guard in the NBA. And he's going to be able to defend like all outdoors. And you look at that young Sixer lineup. You plug and play him right next to Tyrese. Put Maxey at the point. Put VJ at the 2. And you on to something in the backcourt for years to come. So I'm excited. You know, I really am. I'm looking forward to where it's going to be with the Sixers. I think they got to get rid of Embiid, though. I think they have to get rid of Embiid. Because I think he's now become an albatross. He can't stay healthy. And I think that team is going in a different direction, especially with Maxey. So, we'll see where it goes. But I think, you know, it's a great opportunity for him to step in and be a star. Okay? And that's yet another legacy of Bahamian basketball. And I think it was a little cold last night that when they had on the draft, they only mentioned Michael Thompson, Buddy Hield, DeAndre Ayton. If you want to talk about Bahamian ballers, you can't forget Sterling Quant. He was drafted to the NBA. Michael Thompson went number 1 to the Portland Trailblazers. Then you had Rick Fox go to the Boston Celtics. Then you had Buddy Hield. Then DeAndre Ayton. So the list goes on and on. You had Kai Jones drafted in there as well. In addition to that, national coach, former Gonzaga point guard, Coach Hall, he was drafted, I think, in the second round. Had a cup of coffee in the NBA. So did Loxley Carley, Jabara Outen, Dexter Cambridge, monster at Texas, played for the Mavericks briefly. All of those need to be recognized. They paved the way. And then indirectly, you know, because of generational connection, you got Klay Thompson. You got a couple others as well, too. Oh, boy, who plays for the Rockets. And played for the national team. Slipping my mind right now. I want to say Gordon. So you got to look at it for what it is. There's been a lot that have paved the way. And VJ is now continuing that legacy. And we've done well for being a little archipelago, a little dot on the map with beautiful waters from space. We could put some kids in the NBA. I think Tum Nairn was drafted in the second round, too. Had a cup of coffee. Can't forget Lou Ross, Tum Nairn. Michigan State. So, yeah. You have to look at the whole body of work. And to not include some of them was not right. And then the debate started here, and it's like, no. Can't get mad at Rick Fox. Rick rep Bahamas all day, every day. Our national team was in disarray at the time. He played for Canada. You can't hold it against him. How much has he done to continue that legacy? You forget he got King Rice's old North Carolina teammate to coach our national team for a couple of tournaments? It's not like he hasn't tried and rep for the 242. He should have been up there. Period. But anyway, that's another story for another day. Glad to know we have another Bahamian in the NBA. And looking forward to VJ doing big things. And I mean big things. Barn injury, big things. Cooper Flag, looking forward to him playing too. And I already got a reason to hate on him. Say he could wear 23 because he loved LeBron James. Exit LeBron, enter Cooper Flag. The new Larry Bird. Give me a new reason to hate all over again. But nonetheless, should be a very interesting NBA season coming up. New faces in different places, and old faces in new places, and we'll see where this ends up. But it should be exciting. You know? It should be interesting, if not anything else. Might have some new people emerge, new contenders emerge. So you got to keep an eye out for a few things. So it definitely should be something of interest to check out. We'll see how the offseason goes. We'll see what Indiana does with Halliburton injured. We'll see what Boston does with Tatum injured. We'll see what Milwaukee does with Lillard injured. These are some things that, you know, could change the dynamic of a lot of things, NBA-wise. You know? So you got to zone in on it and keep an eye on it, because I think the NBA is going to get interested. I think some trades are going to go down. It's a copycat league. So obviously what worked for the Thunder now may try to work. Other teams may try to, you know, copy into that or mimic what they're doing. Thunder got a ton of first-round picks over the next couple of drafts as well, too. Yes, I agree. Dexter Fox is an ambassador who grew up in the 242 in Johnson Road. Come on, man. Went to Kingsway. They talking about they just left. He went to Kingsway. Okay? So, yeah, he definitely should be in the conversation. Okay? I am definitely adamant. He has to be in the conversation. You can't talk basketball in this country and not have him in the conversation. And speaking of conversation, we got a great Final 15 today, too. From First Things First, Sam Acho and the gang, Shady McCoy. All right? They're going to, you know, talk Luka Doncic. And if Cooper Flag can actually make Maverick fans forget Luka Doncic, you know the love affair with Luka, they want to know if Cooper Flag could step in and fill that void. So that's a decent conversation to have. And like I said, I got a whole new reason to hate now. You know me. LeBron getting ready to get out of that. I wondered the other day, who I going to hate on? Here come Cooper Flag. I'm going to be at 23 because I love LeBron. I think he's the greatest. Okay, buddy. Thank you for filling that void for me. And you got some Larry Bird to you? Oh, yeah. This will be good. This will be good. So, yeah. You know, I look forward to that. It should be fun. It really should be fun. So, yeah, that's what we're getting at. And right now, you got to get the picks in real quick because obviously, you know, we got the Final 15. And those guys are going to be talking about Cooper Flag. And tonight, real quick, we're going to go WNBA. And my picks brought to you, of course, by the Island Game, the game you know, the friends you trust. And the Island Game always reminds you to play responsibly. And tonight, out of the WNBA, you got 2 games in the WNBA. Okay? You got the Indiana Fever taking on, well, the Los Angeles Sparks taking on the Indiana Fever. Sparks +6 in this game. The Fever without Caitlin Clark, though. Sparks injury-riddled as well. So I'm going to take the Fever in the money line at home over the Sparks. But it could go either way. And if some of you would like to take, you know, the Sparks +6, that's not a bad bet either. I just think Indiana gets it done at home. The Sparks have lost some games. They got some injuries of their own. So I'm going to lean Indiana here in the money line, though, at home. And then in the 10 o'clock game, looks like the Las Vegas Aces have righted the ship. They're 7.5-point favorites over the Washington Mystics. Again, I'm totally not sold on the Aces. They get off perennially to the slow starts. They've got some injuries, but I think they have righted the ship. So I'm going to go ahead and take them in the money line at home over the Washington Mystics. All right, bet it, set it, and win with the Island Game. The game you know, the friends you trust, and the Island Game always reminds you to play responsibly. I appreciate everybody who chimed in, texted in, called in. Big up to Coach Lees and the Lucans for stopping in and getting us caught up on that great program. MJ and I will be in tomorrow to do the weekend review, and we hope you join us, all right? So keep it right where you got it. We got the Final 15 coming up with Sam Archer and the gang from First Take. And, of course, they're talking about Cooper Flagg. Yeah, Texter. Flagg is a Braun fan. Yeah, I think he's a Braun sexual. But listen out, on the flip side of the break, Archer and them will get you caught up with it. And like I said, MJ and myself will be in tomorrow at 4. Pearlie will join us at 5. And we'll do the weekend review. And we'll talk more basketball. We'll talk more sports. And we'll talk more everything else. Keep it right where you got it. The Thursday, June 26th edition of Talking Heads continues right after this.
Now talk to Shabba. Look at that. You Prince Charles separate from Diana. Yeah, still even watching Cleavy. Damn, it's like Anthony Charles Robbie. People watching Rory. Chew your lava mouth. Yeah, what a controversy.
He is the king of crunch, the master of flavor, and he's going to set your taste buds on fire with the new King Crunch sandwiches at Burger King Nassau. Crispy fried onions, pepper jack cheese, and bold chipotle sauce. Plus, fixins cover a crispy chicken patty or 2 flame grilled beef patties on BK's new King Crunch sandwiches that are bigger, better, and bolder than anything around. And they're only available at Burger King Nassau. Try one today.
It's time to give away a cruise. Guardian Media Group and Going Places Travel wants to take you on a 7-day cruise for 4 to Panama, Colombia, Curacao, and Aruba on Royal Caribbean Serenade of the Seas. And here's the best part. No visa required. That's right, no visa required. You have 4 ways to enter, 4 ways to win. Number 1, fill out the form in the Nassau Guardian. Number 2, listen to Star 106.5 and Guardian Radio 96.9. Number 3, follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Number 4, or make a purchase at any Going Places Travel. Entry deadline is June 27th, 2025. Drawing will be taking place on July 4th, 2025. So you know what that means? Pack your bags and get ready to soak up the sun and feel the ocean breeze. You and 3 loved ones sailing the high seas on a vacation cruise of a lifetime. Brought to you by the Guardian Media Group and Going Places Travel. Certain conditions apply. Airfare, taxes, and gratuities not included.
Cancer Treatment Centers of America is now City of Hope, creating one of the leading cancer care and research networks from coast to coast, providing more of what you need. More locations means more care closer to home. More specialists means more expertise. More research means more breakthroughs. More advancements means more treatment options. And more options means more hope. Learn more at cancercenter.com.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty. Only on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM.
Yeah, Miss Carrigan Brincom, you want to lose your tongue. You chatty cause of disturbance in the community. Yeah, you blabbermouth.
Rick, there was a blockbuster pick 5 months ago. The Mavericks got rid of Luka Doncic. Luka Doncic, the man that helped ease the pain of Dirk Nowitzki's departure. Luka Doncic, the individual that I believe made 5 consecutive first-team All-NBA teams. Luka Doncic, the individual that put the entire Dallas Mavericks organization on his back, drugged them to the NBA Finals, albeit they got dismantled by the Boston Celtics, but they were there nonetheless. Insert Cooper Flagg out of Duke. Number 2. Cold-blooded killer, many would try to suggest. Can Cooper Flagg, the number 1 overall pick, make people like me, Dallas Mavericks fans, forget about Luka Doncic?
Nope. Nope.
No.
Not after hearing the crowd at the draft party chanting "Fire Nico."
Still.
Not after their last memory is, if it's not of Luka taking their team to the finals unexpectedly. It's seeing him on the bench in tears because he's no longer a Dallas Maverick.
Yeah.
Like, those emotional touchstones to me are not going to be forgotten. And I thought the draft party underscored that. If you were going to forget about him, you'd be already well on your way because you know you're getting Cooper Flagg, and we're going to add him to Kyrie Irving. We're going to add him to Anthony Davis. Okay, you know what? Maybe this won't turn out so bad. Maybe, after everything that we've heard and saw how it went with Luka in LA at first blush, maybe this wasn't such a bad idea. But then the draft party comes around and you're on the eve of getting this Cooper Flagg.
Still
and all the hype around him.
Still boom.
And all you're still thinking about is fire Nico. He got rid of our boy.
Yeah.
Luka wanted to be here. Luka was all that. Like, the emotional attachment that they have to him, I just don't know that that's ever going to go away. No offense to Cooper and what he may be able to do. I just think that that's a wound that is not going to heal.
That's well said. Usually I give takes as an analyst. This time I can give a take as a fan. Cooper can make us forget about Luka Doncic so long as Cooper can, one, be strong where Luka Doncic was weak. That was primarily defensively, number one. And then number two, can you take us as far, if not further, than Luka Doncic? If you can do those two things, I'll forget about Luka. Not legitimately forget about Luka because Luka's Luka. Luka's a Dallas Maverick to me. But if you can take the Mavericks further than Luka ever did, win a chip, take us to the finals, be competitive in the finals, I do believe you can make me forget. But I will say this, Luka plays a role as well. Because so long as Luka continues to ball, if he takes the Lakers to 1, 2, 3, 4 championships, I'm not forgetting. It don't matter what Cooper Flagg does for me here in Dallas. If Luka continues to ball, if you're a Mavericks fan, you can't forget. I remember Slick, Shady, James. Let me share this story. One of my exes didn't block me after we broke up. Didn't happen, 2-5. I don't know about you. I don't know about you, Jay. Didn't block you? No, not after we broke up. Didn't block me after we broke up. Didn't block me 6 months after we broke up. Didn't block me a year after we broke up. But then blocked me 18 months after we broke up. That was strange. Why would you block me 18 months after we broke up? What happened for you to block me 18 months after we broke up? Oh, I released Uncomfortable Conversations. And I was everywhere. Boom, 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 boom. So now you had to block me because you couldn't forget about me because now I'm everywhere. If Luka Doncic continues to be everywhere, Lakers win a championship 2026, Lakers win 2028, Lakers win 2030, Lakers win 2031. Now Mavericks fans can't forget about him. Because even though you're out of sight, you're not out of mind. But if Cooper Flagg wins and Luka don't do nothing, now you're out of sight, out of mind. Now I won't even have to think about you. So Luka plays a role as well. So long as Luka's successful, James Jones, I don't think the Mavs can forget about him either.
Yeah, I'm with you and Slick. I don't think they ever could forget about him. This is a statue player that you guys had in your building. A 5-time All-NBA, a 5-time All-Star, Rookie of the Year in 5 years. Not 6. Like 5 years straight. Like Luka is that type dude. And he's not retired. Just like you said, if your girl worked here and every day you had to see her, you're not gonna forget about her. Even if y'all wasn't together, you're not gonna forget about her. So at the same time, I don't see how they forget about Luka because of Cooper Flagg. I just don't understand how. Because he was that special, man. He's a statue player, man. Come on, man.
Yeah, that's why they brought me back to this show.
Go ahead, man.
Y'all always seem to agree with each other. Go ahead. Yes, they can't forget about Luka. Right?
How?
And let me explain why. And how. First of all, I guess what the fans are feeling right now just because it just happened. It just happened, right? Luka goes to the finals, and the next year you get rid of him. Everybody will make everybody uncomfortable, right? But when you think about it, you never really can just forget about a great player, but you can kind of look past it. I'll give you some examples. Kareem was one of the greatest Lakers of all time.
Facts.
But then there was a time where Shaq came along. Are we going to ask, did Shaq make you forget about Kareem? No. Everything is in the present, right? The fans, the viewerships, the kids watching, right? The owners, everybody is what's happening now. Kareem was great for the Lakers, and we can't really forget Kareem, but right now, today, Shaq was doing so that we're cool with this we got right there.
Yeah.
Dirk brought the first chip to Dallas. Did we not forget?
He did.
Everybody loved Dirk. Dirk was so great. He had a street name after him because he was so good, right? I don't even like Dallas like that. I don't even like Texas like that, but I go here and there to see Dirk play.
Yeah.
Right? I did that. Now Luka came along. Now we ain't forget about Dirk, Well, you're not really talking about him. We talking about Luka.
Yeah.
Are you another one? Magic Johnson was so great. I mean, you talk about the show Lakers. But then this kid from Philadelphia came along, Kobe Bryant, and everybody loved Kobe. We didn't forget about Magic, but right now in the present, we got Kobe being Bryant.
Correct.
So you can't forget about the greats, right? But you can respect today in the present, and we can deal with the Kobe Bryant.
The only difference between those stories is that those dudes were done. Kareem was done when Shaq was dominating. You understand? Magic was done when Kobe came in there. Luka's still playing. Like Acho said, Luka could still be in a championship. Luka is still going to be all over everywhere balling. Luka's that type player. Luka is going to come back to Dallas, and his cheers is going to be way louder than Cooper Flagg's.
Depends, though, too.
See, I don't
know. Way louder.
Let me say real quick. Can I say to you, James? See,
you see the people in the stands crying for Luka?
No, I heard that, but see, you think that, right? But this is one thing I've learned about this whole game, because when I got traded, I was so angry,
I'm
right?
about to talk about that.
And a lot of fans was cheering for me, but eventually...
Yep, they move on.
They move on.
They move on.
You know why? Because they start playing well. So my thing is, if Cooper Flagg plays well and they start winning, players come and go, James.
Yeah.
Great players come and go.
Yeah, that's true.
You know who never goes nowhere?
Talk about them fans.
The franchise.
Talk about them, yeah.
And if I am a diehard Mavericks fan, I love Luka. Luka plays for the Lakers.
Correct.
I'm going to go to the Mavs game because I'm a Mavs fan.
Yeah,
Here's the difference. And it's good to have you back, Shade.
Great to have you
But
back.
sometimes I still got to adjust.
Do your job. Do your job.
Is all of those guys were done. I mean, not only is Luka alive, but there's still the shock effect of he didn't have to go.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, all the players that we talked about, they had made their run. Appreciate your service. We're on to the next one. And it wasn't, this was different. This was you cut my heart out. Like, why did we have to move Luka? He just took us to the finals. And I think that the shock effect of that is what is going to linger. And the second part is, Luka is without question a number one. And we can show highlights. Like every Dallas Maverick fan can think about all the big shots he made, all of the, oh my God, look what he did. He danced on you, right? He made plays that nobody else in the league can make. I don't see that in Cooper Flagg's future. I think he can be really good. I don't think he can be a number one. And that's where it's going to be hard for him to erase Luka.
Let me support my dog 2-5, because the thing about both doing the show with Shady is being able to play with Shady too. Played with Shady 10 years ago, and I saw Shady after he left. Shady didn't see Philly after he left because Shady was on to Buffalo. Fans love you for a moment, but they forget in time. Don't get it twisted. Shady's now back in the Eagles Hall of Fame, but let Shady say something that's like deemed anti-Eagles. Oh, he was a Bill anyway. I mean, fans are very, very fickle. They're fans. They're fanatics. So with Luka, if Flagg brings them a chip, like the Eagles ultimately won championships without LaShawn McCoy, and they won a championship while LaShawn McCoy was still in the league. We love Shady, but right now, I love LeGarrette Blount, and right now, I love Darren Sproles, and right now, I love Corey Clement, and I love Mike Vick, but right now, I love Nick Foles, and right now, they love Jalen Hurts, and right now, they love Saquon Barkley, and right now, they love A.J. Brown. So because I've seen it, and now you can suggest Shady wasn't the same star that Luka Doncic was. I don't know if Luka's going to have his jersey in the Mavericks Ring of Honor. I know Shady has his in the Hall of Fame. So I'm just saying, like, I've seen fans not forget, but I'm not worried about you right now.
And the thing is, and the way you guys are talking from a standpoint of being in this game, in this industry for a long time. Y'all not real fans, for real. Respectfully, y'all not. Because I just became a fan since I retired. And when I say that, it's more of, like, even Luka's playing right now. Now watch this for a second. The fans, you said their hearts are broken, and which they are. If the Mavericks is in the playoffs and they going against the Lakers, that same fan that broke their heart, he's going to be cheering for the Mavs to win that series.
And embarrass Luka.
If the Mavericks go to the finals and Cooper Flagg is averaging 22 points, 18 points, and he's a big help for that team, and they winning. As much as that Luka fan and that crowd and all that, and all them signs, I guarantee you this, they going to be cheering for the Mavericks to win.
And they're still going to be chanting, fire Nico.
At that point, they won't. No, at that point, they won't. Because the problem is, It just happened, though. So it just happened. But over time, what happens is I still love Luka, but my love for the franchise is greater than that. Yeah. Because now when we go to the grocery store and I see my neighbor, hey, John, how you doing? Did you see our Mavs last night? You know what? They not going to be talking, yo, did you see Luka at 50 for the late? They're not talking about that. And I learned that fans, for a fan base, is one of the biggest things in sports. That's why when there's no basketball going on, people are miserable. When there's no football going on, people, you know why? Because this America we live in, it's all about sports.
This might be the difference, though, between football and basketball.
Okay.
In today's world.
All right.
Because what I see is fans are fans of players more than they are of franchises ever before. Ever before.
More, but still not more. It still doesn't swing completely.
You know, I don't know.
ever,
I know too many people who are LeBron James fans, who are Kevin Durant fans, and they're going to be fans of them wherever they go.
That's
and
true.
The only question is with Luka, is that he didn't have the longevity in Dallas.
Yes.
You know, was he able to dig in far enough where
Correct.
people are going to go, I'm a Luka Doncic fan first and foremost, and I'm a Dallas Maverick fan second.
Yeah, that's why I agree with that.
You tell it real quick, because like people love players. I love players, but real fans, right? Who's like players can make $40 million a year, $50 million. It's not because you like a player. You like the team. You like the sport of the game.
I think
so
that's
hold on.
more.
So real quick. So Kevin Durant was one of the greatest Thunder we done seen. Everybody loved him. You think they even talking about Kevin Durant right there right now? When they got a championship?
Where?
And Thunder in OKC.
No, they're not.
Everybody loved Kobe. I'm a Kobe Bryant nut. But right, hold on for a second. Some of my best friends, some of my family, they love Kobe. They are Laker fans. And if y'all remember this, back in the day when Kobe was on top and LeBron was getting right to the top, it was a beef. It was a battle.